I'd like to introduce you to Bob Brennan he's an arborist.
I am the owner of R.D. Brennan Consulting, Inc., an arboricultural consulting firm. I grew up here in Coconut Grove. This is where I misspent my youth. And I have met with the people from the city of Miami and the landscape architect. And this is totally and completely not in compliance with the Florida grades and standards. These co-dominant stems, out of the 5 trees that are here, and 5 Royal Poincianas.
We're discussing the bud planting of the trees on Brickell Avenue, and right now we're just being specific on the only 5 Royal Poincianas the city finally agreed to plant and the planting condition.
And they planted 1, 2, 3 underneath an existing Royal Poinciana. Okay? Royal Poincianas are beautiful trees, but they need to be cared for. The trees that are like this tree here, this is a co-dominant stem. Both of these stems are the same size. This line right here means that the grain is going straight down. One of these 2 sides is likely to fail. This tree should have been rejected. It is not a Florida grades and standards #1 tree. It's not an acceptable tree for our roadways. We deserve better.
How about the trees being planted in such close proximity?
Royal Poinciana trees have a canopy spread of about 50 feet, which means that if you're going to plant them, you should plant them 50 feet apart. The trunks 50 feet apart, not 12.
But now, right here that they have them all like maybe 6 feet.
This is overplanted. It's a waste of taxpayer money and it's a hazard.
What about this tree over here? Is that a good quality tree?
That actually is not such a bad branch union, as it's a wider union than the one that we just looked at. You can see it also doesn't have the crack.
Oh yeah.
The 2 that are behind it.
That one has the crack.
Well, the one behind it has the crack. It's a co-dominant stem. So is that one there. This one at least is higher. These branches will grow up above traffic. 15 feet is what the top of tractor trailers, buses, and garbage trucks.
What will happen with all those branches over there from 1, 2, 3, 4 Royal Poincianas planted very close together?
All 5 of the trees that are planted are going to intermingle and cross. They will not bind.
Mark Spagnoli sent us an email yesterday stating that planting them this close was better when the hurricanes come because the canopy will be protected if you're bunched together. Is that correct?
Totally not true. And the reason for that is that what he's quoting are trees that were grown from seed, not planted.
That is
the trees on the outside edge of a forest, when they're taken off, the next row of trees are hazards. This is what the next row of trees are.
Can you tell us in a few lines what is your final observation of this particular spot here?
I'm very disappointed, not only with our city, but with the supposed professional landscape architect. This is awful. This is somebody who did not think this through. This is not a forest on any level. Even as a sound barrier using trees needs to be 225 feet wide to be effective.
They were trying to recreate the hammock look that Brickell used to have.
I'm sorry. There's no way in the world that you can create a hammock with Royal Poincianas.
Let's
move on.
First
of all, they're not a hammock tree.
Okay. Thank you, Bob.